What if I told you that you could add 5,000 email subscribers to your list in the next 45 days? No ads, no gimmicky strategies, just Instagram and automation. Friend, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm gonna be showing you one of the tutorials that people have been asking the most, which has allowed me to grow my email list by 5,000 subscribers in the last 45 days without lifting a finger. Well, almost. But before getting started, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe because I share weekly content that help you grow on your entrepreneurial journey through mindset, spiritual transformation, and also strategies like the one that I'm gonna be sharing today. This is a long tutorial, so make sure to stay until the end so that you can learn how to do it properly. We're gonna get started with Instagram, and I'm gonna show you the types of content that have been performing really well for me, that have been getting me a lot of leads. Then I'll show you the Manychat automation that you need to have in order to take those commenters into your email service provider. I use Flowdesk, so I will show you how I set up everything within Flowdesk and then how I use Zapier to connect everything, because without Zapier, which is an automation tool, you would have to do everything manually. And again, we want to do it as smooth and automated as possible, okay? So with this being said, let's get started. All right, so we are here in my Instagram page and I want to show you a couple of my best performing videos. So let's go to dashboard and we're going to go to insights, content, and I want to show you the best performing content over the last 90 days. Okay, so we have this one, for example, that has gotten over 17,000 likes and what is this? 16,000 comments. So that is an average of 8,000 new email subscribers. So what makes this reel so good? It's an aesthetic video. It's short. It has a strong hook that leads people into the caption with this. Here's a prompt I used. And then in the caption, I provide value and I direct people to comment a specific word, which is the word that my automation triggers. Okay, so these types of videos work really well. I create all of these with ChatGPT. This is actually what I teach you inside. This is another one, for example. This is for my niche, but I teach you how to create these videos with ChatGPT generated hooks like this, and the captions are also ChatGPT generated inside my Instagram course, the IGA Accelerator. Okay, I'm sharing the link in the description in case you're interested. The price for this course is going to go up very, very soon because I am updating all the modules. So once it's done, you will have to pay more. So if you're interested in learning how I create these videos that perform really well for me using ChatGPT, make sure to enroll. Okay? But basically, I do this not only with videos, but this post over here as well generated 597 comments, so that is more or less like 250 new email subscribers. All right, so we are in Manychat and I'm gonna show you how to create that flow that is triggered when someone comments on your post on Instagram, okay? The good thing about Manychat is that they have pre-built automations where you can find templates here and you can select the one to grow your email list, okay? But this one is not complete yet. So I'm going to show you how to create one that is actually helpful for two main reasons. The first one is that this one only collects emails. And when this is sent to your email service provider, it won't be stored with a name, which means that when you send them emails, you won't have a name to address to them personally, okay? So I don't like this one for that reason. So I'm gonna show you how to create one from scratch. And the second thing is that there's a last step that this one doesn't have that is mandatory if you wanna connect everything in Zapier. Otherwise, your automation won't work and you won't be sending data to your email service provider. So we're gonna go and create one from scratch, okay? So we're gonna go to automations, new automation, and start from scratch. And we're gonna call this like freebie lead ebook. Okay, so we're gonna start with the triggers. Okay, so when someone comments on your post or reel, you can either select a specific post or reel, all posts or reels, or your next one. I usually leave all because I use the same call to action for most of my posts, but for this exercise, let's just do one. Okay, so continue. then we're going to select the keyword, which is ebook. Okay. You can also add here keywords that you want to exclude. And then you have multiple replies that are already generated by Manychat. So I like to personalize them a little bit. So I will put ebook send the ebook, and ebook delivered to your messages. You can also add an extra one, done, ebook is dropped. Okay, so you're gonna tap on save, and then you're gonna add a new trigger. We also want one for when people reply to our stories. So we can either select all stories or a specific story. I'm gonna leave this one on for all stories, but I'm gonna change this for contains specific keywords, and we're gonna add the keyword again. And I like to select this for when people, when people reply to my story, I react with a heart, but again, this is a pro version. So if you're with the free version, you might not have this. And then we're going to select when people send us a DM as well with a specific keyword, which is the same one. You can have multiple keywords for a specific campaign. That works as well. Okay, so here, it already takes you to the next step. What is the next step? We want to add a text, okay? So here we're going to send the first message, which is just a reminder telling them, hey, you opted in for this. Do you still want it? So we're going to say like, hey, just making sure you still want my free ebook on automation. And we're going to tap here and add a button that says yes, please. So we're just going to give them one option for that. Okay, then that's done. Once they tap that, we're going to send the next message. So we're going to pull this out here, and we're going to select Instagram as well. But instead of just sending them another message, we are going to change this, and we're going to select data collection. Okay, and here we're going to say, awesome, may I know your name, please? This is when we're going to collect their name so that it is stored in our email service provider. So here we're going to select this and change it for first name. So when the person adds their name, you have two options. You have next step or if contact has not responded. So we're going to go to next step, which would be ask for their email. Again, we're going to remove this and we're going to add data collection. Great. Can you share? No. Great. What email should I share it to? What email should I share it to? And we're going to change this. Oh, and we're going to actually address them here. So grade, comma, first name. What email should I share it with? Sorry, my English. Then here, we're going to change text for email. Okay. So we've got the main flow built. It's very, very simple. And then once they send the email, we're going to send something like, great. Please tap on the button below to access your ebook. Try to make these more exciting. So here we're going to change the button, access your ebook here. We can add an emoji maybe, and a link. So you're going to add a link to the specific place where your resource is. I normally use Google Docs, but you can have something in Google Drive. So we're just going to add here an example, www.example.com. Okay. Now, there's a few things that we're going to add before completing this. Okay. First, as you can see here, you have the option of if contact has not responded. Usually, if contact doesn't respond, you can set another automation as a reminder. So we're going to add here a smart delay, and we're going to add this 23 hours after. And after that, we're going to send them a message again here that we're going to repeat with data collection, name, because we're trying to get their names first. And I like to make it like funny. So knock, knock, if you're still interested. Or actually, we can do something even better. I'm going to change this, and I'm just going to add text. So, knock, knock, are you there? You still interested in the free ebook? So we're going to add another button that says, oh my God, yes. And then we can add a next step here that is data collection. So we're going to remove this and add data collection Awesome. Please share your name with me. And we're going to change this for name. And we're going to connect it with the next step, which was email collection, right? So we've done a follow-up. Next step is to send them the email, right? And then we're going to repeat the same process. If the person stays at this step and doesn't send our email, we're going to pull this out, Instagram. Hey, just making sure you didn't. Oh, I forgot to add the trigger, the delay. So we're going to add here, smart delay, 23 hours. Perfect. Then we're going to connect this to this one, and then here, and then you didn't miss my previous message. Are you still interested? And then we're going to add a button, and then we're going to say like, yes, please, and an emoji, and then done. And then we're going to send the next step, which is going to be to send them to ask for their email. Awesome. What email should I send it to? And then when they reply, we change here email. And we're going to connect this with the last one, which would be access the ebook. Now, one thing that is a must if you want to connect everything in Zapier is that once this step is done, once they click here, you want to tag them. You want to create a condition. You're going to create, no, sorry, not a condition, my bad. You're going to create an action, and the action is going to add a tag. So you either can create a new tag here, but we also have an ebook. We already have an ebook freebie tag here. So every person that goes through this flow will be added to that specific, they will be added to that specific tag, which is going to help us when we connect everything and flow this. So now let's preview everything. So hey, just making sure you still want my free ebook on automation. Yes, please. Awesome. May I know your name, please? So like Juan. Great. Juan, what email should I send it to? So jfgalamp@gmail.com. Great. So now when they click here, they would be taken to that place where your ebook is. Okay. That is all. And now you can just set live. Let's see if it doesn't give us any error. The automation is live. Perfect. And then let's just go back to the main page to see that, make sure that everything is on. It is on, okay? Let's go to Zapier now. And our last and third step is to putting everything together in Zapier. So connecting all our systems, all our tools. The first thing I want to show you is how I create a segment in my email service provider, which is Flowdesk. But if you're using others like ConvertKit, Mailchimp, you should also have this option. Like, I don't know, maybe they call them tags, categories. In Flowdesk, it is segments. So you want to create a segment that is also aligned with the tag that you created on Manychat. So here you go here, and then you go to segments, and you have all these segments. I've already created one for the ebook over here, but if not, you would just go here and create it, okay? That's super simple step. Then we're gonna go to Zapier, and this is where we put everything together, okay? It's super simple to set up as well. So we're gonna go to create, new app, and we're gonna rename it here for ebook freebie, okay? And then the first thing is to set the trigger event. So you click here and we're gonna type in Manychat. Now, before starting, I do wanna tell you that before setting up this trigger, this automation, you need to test this manually. So you need to go to your Instagram, if you have another Instagram account or a friend's account, and actually test the trigger, the keyword, okay? So let's say that you put ebook to anyone who replies ebook to any of your stories, test it, go through the flow, add your name, add your email, so that you have information now, because now Zapier will be able to pull out from that information. If not, it might give you an error because it won't have any data to pull from, so you won't be able to actually create this flow where you want to send data from Manychat to Flowdesk or your email service provider. If this is confusing, let me know, send me a DM or a comment down below and I'll try to explain it better, okay? But basically, once you finish your automation in Manychat, go test it in real time, okay? Now we go here and the app is Manychat. So we're gonna choose trigger event. In this case, it is a new tag user. That's why that last step in that flow in Manychat, which is adding a tag and tagging that user, is so important, because that's what's going to give us the data, the name and the email to bring into Zapier. Okay, and select the account. I have multiple accounts, so I'm going to select the one that I used it for. So we're going to go to continue and choose the value. So here we're going to select ebook freebie, which is the tag that we created in Manychat. Going to continue, and we're going to test trigger. Now this should be able to pull out the data of my test. Let's check if that's correct. That is correct. This is my test. It's my name, my last name, and my email. Okay, over here. If you don't have this, it's gonna give you an error and you won't be able to continue with your automation here. So make sure that you test it. Okay, I tested it with my main account, as you can see here, and with my email. So we're gonna continue with selected records. And now we're gonna connect our second tool. In this case is Flowdesk, but if you have any other email service provider, it should show up there in Zapier. And the action that we're gonna create for Flowdesk is to create and update subscriber. Okay, then we're going to continue, and we're going to choose the segment where we want to create or update the subscriber in case this subscriber is already in your email list. So we're going to select ebook. So we're going to send them to this segment that I showed you at the beginning of when we were in Flowdesk. And then we're going to find the email. So in this case, the email is here. As you can see, this is all information coming from Manychat. So user email, user first name. For last name, we're not going to use it because, as you can see, it's grabbing my whole name field from Instagram, which is not my last name. So I'm just going to leave it as email and first name. If you want, you can add the IG handle. This is a category that I've created within Flowdesk. So this is not going to show up automatically unless you create it, but you could use it if you want to have that as well. And you just continue. Now you're going to test the step, and you're gonna hit publish, and that is all. That's how you connect your Instagram content to Manychat, to Flowdesk using Zapier. Wow, that was a blast. I hope that you're ready to start sending your Manychat automations and start growing your email list on autopilot. Now, before going, I do have to say a couple of things. The more contacts that you have on Manychat, the more you will have to pay, okay? So if the more people DM you, the more people comment on your posts and they get sent the DM automation, that counts as a contact. So there are ways of working around this. If you wanna know how, let me know in the comments. I can create another mini tutorial for this. Also, depending on the plan you have on Zapier, you might run out of tasks, especially when you have a piece of content go viral, which was my case. I had a piece of content go viral, a lot of people commenting. This increased my contacts on Manychat, but it also made my tasks on Zapier run out, so I had to increase my plan. So actually going viral is not always that good. It can cost you a lot of money, especially with these tools. But again, there's always ways to work around these things. Now, if you are ready to set up your next automation, I am sharing a link to Manychat in the description so that you can try 30 days of their premium plan for free. You can also try Flowdesk, and if you end up joining through my link, you'll get a 50% off during your first year. And then I'll share my link to Zapier, which I'm not an affiliate for, but in case you've never seen it before, I'm sharing a link there so that you can go and create your account. Okay, with this being said, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this tutorial, give some thumbs up, share with a friend who also needs to learn about Instagram automation, and I'll see you next week for more entrepreneurial goodness. See ya.